Hello creation, I hope you're well. I wrote this this morning, it came through, it's called Return from the Future. Having filtered through the ethers and returning from the future, observing life and all that is, so that all life can be nurtured. To walk within confines of time was not a forever option. So back I come again and again to aid in this evolution ascension. Will I go back to the future? Yes, when my work in this lifetime completes, bringing love in from the cold and to nurture all souls that are facing defeat. I am as the treetops that bring shelter from the rains, and durable as the blades of grass upon the Native American plains. I am as the ocean, greater than the wave. I am that of the unknown, buried deep within the cave. I am the prey of falcon, yet I am the falcon also. I am both the stagnant waters and the water's never-ending flow. I am the fires burning, and the smoke the fires exude. I am the peaceful negotiator, overseeing the hostility interlude. With great power comes great responsibility, or so it has been said. But in acceptance of this role, we must stay calm within the head. If one does not do so, then the fear and doubt creeps in, and should it all come tumbling down, we must return from the future and go through it all again. I did mention this in a previous video. It's going back some time, I couldn't even tell you which one it was. Because I've done that many now, it's in one of them. And I did actually, I fell through time. It was like I jumped out of a craft. I can only say it was a craft. And as I was falling, I could see beneath me the stealth bomber. So I passed the stealth bomber, and then as I carried on through the clouds, I saw, I think it was I can't remember if it was a helicopter. I feel sure I passed a balloon. But, and I can't remember the orders I know the first one was the stealth bomber, and it was like I was falling back in time. So the aircraft were going back in time, as it were. So there was like the Second World War airplane. I can't remember which it was, but there was I passed a helicopter from I think it was a Huey, like from the Vietnam Wars. I ended up passing a balloon. I believe I passed a balloon as well, and then I landed on the floor. I have mentioned this before, I know I have, and I was looking at a hospital, and a nurse came out through these big doors pushing a pram, and it was one of those old style prams that had the really big wheels on, big wheels, like big bicycle wheels, they were huge. And she was, I was just assuming that it was First World War, because she had It was with the uniform she was wearing and the headpiece with the big red cross on, the white headpiece with the big red cross on. I've not researched it, but it was just an assumption that it was the First World War. And I said to her, I said, "Oh, excuse me," I said, "is this HG1? I think I said HG1, and she said, "No," which I believe is Harrogate. And she said, no, this is HG2, HG1's in that direction. And it was the way, direction in which she was going. But around about that time as well, when I had that experience, I believe it was that time when I was having a lot of experiences with sort of I believe I was in the Second World War in a previous life. I've mentioned this before. I'm repeating myself, aren't I? But it's pretty relevant to the time travelling aspect of this, what I've just read out. And I believe that I've mentioned this recently, called Saiba, Saiba, or Saibaba. I can't remember if it was Saiba or Saibaba. And I saw that on a picture, and it was like one of those World War II pictures of the guy in uniform, and it was of sort of Indian or Pakistani lineage, and he had lots of decorations on, on his uniform. So he'd obviously, been awarded, he'd been decorated for whatever acts that he'd done, and I find it interesting, the whole sort of going back through time aspect, and also going forward in time. When I've had visions, as it were, like clairvoyant visions, or there's a difference between the black and white visions that I have and the ones where I'm actually, it's as if it may well have even just been an out of body experience, but the ones where it's like I'm there and I'm looking at something. But you see, in all these visions that I have, because there's some, it's like, I looked at a piano in a place one time, this place, it had a picket fence, a white picket fence, there was a swing on the porch, and as you walked in, there was a piano on the left hand side, but it was spotless. Everything was spotless, there wasn't any muck or anything, because you're in spirit, everything's pure, isn't it? It's not like you don't have to wash your hands or wash any muck off when you're in spirit, do you? You know what I mean? So when I have these visions or whatever they are, when I've seen, God, there's so much stuff that I've seen, but it's always crystal clear, there's no muck basically. So, which makes total sense, doesn't it? If it's in spirit. If it's, if you're having an out-of-body experience. Anyway. So, it's all up for debate, it's all debatable, isn't it? There might be someone who say, well, you're Delulu, or, you're off your rocker, or whatever. Makes no difference. Everyone's a right to their opinion. It's, everyone lives in their own reality. And just because you don't resonate with someone else's reality doesn't mean to say that it's not real to them, does it? Bear that in mind. Next time you point a finger and say, you're cuckoo. That didn't happen. How do you know? Did in my reality. Anyway, just chit-chatting, waffling on. So, I shall get another one done. I won't. I'm going to have a little break. I'll be back soon. Take care.